Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your boy JC, Everyday Thoughts is in the house. Everybody gather around. JC, special guest for me tonight is Mr. Mario and so Mr. K2. Everybody gather around. JC and Mario's in the house, and tonight's topic is thinking positive can be overwhelming. So yeah, I want everybody to gather around. How's everybody doing this evening? What's going on, Jolly? What's going on, Cassandra? How's everybody doing this evening? Waiting on Big Brother Mario to come join me real quick. What's going on, Kimberly? What's going on, Susan? How's everybody doing this evening? What's going on, Justin? Hold on, just waiting for Mario to come join me real quick. What's going on, Danielle? Yeah, what's going on? Hold on 1 second. About to bring them on right now. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, Susan. How are you doing this evening? Oh, okay. Yeah, appreciate that.
What's going on,
Try to
brother?
get come join me. What up, man? How you doing?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
Okay. Yeah, so introduce yourself to everybody. Tell everybody about yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who it is, you should know what it is. Mr. KTU 101 coming at you with another live one with my boy JC. Just, keeping the talk alive. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the talk alive.
Okay, so tonight's topic is thinking positively. Positively can be overwhelming. What made you think about that topic?
Well, I mean, a lot of times, man, I think we take for granted, you know what I'm saying, just life in general. And a lot of times we tell people, think positive vibes only. And then we kind of we find ourselves thinking so positively, it now stresses us out. Like we can't even make a move forward. So sometimes we got to kind of backtrack and say, you know what, even when thinking positive, we have to have a game plan. It's just not about I want to do better, I want to do more. It's about how to do better and how to do more. And I think a lot of times we kind of we get bombarded with thinking of this master plan on what we need to do in life, but sometimes we're not able to develop those steps. So yeah, definitely thinking positive can be overwhelming. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you on that. I mean, life can be short. Life can end tonight, tomorrow night. You really don't know how much time you have on this world, so you want to make the best of it. Be around positive people, probably family members, etc. You know, this morning I was just hanging out with my dad. I took him out to breakfast. I haven't really seen him in a minute, so I'm always trying to treat my parents out, treat people I know, strangers. Always just trying to gather them around, just pray for them, try to make sure I feed them, make sure I feed the homeless, etc. I'm always just trying to better people around me. So when I do leave this earth, people can be like, this type of a man, JC, was this type of legacy this man left. He left his imprint. So that's what me and my dad usually talk about. Your legacy, what you want to be remembered for. It's good to have the money, the cars, and some men, a lot of women must. But at the end of the day, what do you want to be known for? What do you want your legacy to be? What you want to be remembered for when you're dead, when you're kind of when you're dead. 20, 30, 40 years from now, what are people going to say about you? What's going to be your legacy? What's going to be on your obituary? What are people going to say? You know?
You
And I don't
you
think
make
a
a
lot of
good
people think
point,
about
man.
that.
You make a good point, man. And that brings me to another point though. That
Uh
brings
oh.
me to another point. When you talk about, let's say, the whole Nipsey Hussle situation or whatever case be, there's a lot of people, numerous people talking about this man and his legacy in reference to, being a former gang member, trying to bring people together and, moving forward in a positive situation. Here's my thing. How come we wait until someone dies to uplift them, to promote them, and to appreciate them? You see what I'm saying? We bring flowers, we give you accolades, we big up you after you pass away, after you can no longer be with your kids, after we can no longer have a conversation with you, after you can no longer provide your attributes to this world. Now we want to support you. Now we want to tell everybody how great you was. And that's what I'm saying in reference to thinking positive. If you're thinking positive only for the aftermath in reference to you leaving this earth, so somebody reading at your eulogy, oh, this person was such a great father or a great mother, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. My thing about it is, shouldn't you want those things now while you're alive? Shouldn't you say, hey, look, I want somebody to, like you said, go get with your dad and go get with your mom and take them out to lunch and tell them how much you appreciate them and how much you respect them or whatever. Don't wait until that person passed at their funeral to give them all of the love that you should have gave them when they were alive. And that's what I'm saying. Don't let thinking positive overwhelm you to the point where you don't do the things that you need to do every day. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. What's going on? Denise, Cassandra, Sonny, Latoya, Willie,
Hezzy,
Letitia, Tamika, Bridget. What's going on, everybody? Well, yeah, like you said before, you don't need to celebrate people when they're dead, when they can never speak again. You always have to enjoy your loved ones, etc. A lot of times as men, we get so caught up with business, work, work, work. It's all about money, money, money. But at the end of the day, you got to be there for your grandmothers, your great grandmothers, your kids, your brothers, etc. There's nothing wrong with picking up the phone, calling them like, "Hey, what's up? I haven't heard from you. You good?" You know, for some of that pride, some of the ego that you may have, bitterness towards your brother, towards your father, towards your mother. You want to be like, you know what? I'm put that to the side. I'm gonna make sure
yeah.
for me that I know the truth. Eventually you had a father that wasn't there. You have a mother that wasn't there. She might have been on crack, she might have been on cocaine, but at the end of the day, you got to figure out who that person is for your own self. You can't worry about what the past did. You got to see how you can rectify the here and now. What you're gonna how your relationship gonna be like going forward.
Well, that's a great point, JC. The thing about it is, let's talk about the relationships going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not been challenged by life, you haven't lived life. If you have not failed in life, you haven't lived life. If you have not had your back against the wall, that means I got a couple bills I got to pay and I got to rethink this strategy. Then you haven't lived your life. The thing about living your best life is actually enjoying your life. Life is not all about paying bills. It's not all about who promotes you, who downgrades you. It's about how you feel on the inside. And a lot of people, the thing about it is we lose ourselves on a daily basis. Let me explain that. We lose ourselves on a daily basis. A lot of us are so caught up behind either trying to chase the Joneses or chase the bag. Now, what's nothing wrong with getting your money? My thing about it is I would rather spend time with my family than always chase the bag. I would rather spend time with my girl than always chase the bag. I would rather know who I am as Mario Cochran than always chase the bag. So what I'm saying is, don't let your pursuit of happiness really at the end of the day, that job ain't gonna say, hey, he was a really caring person. You know what I'm saying? My daddy raised me. Yeah, okay, you can financially support someone, but can you mentally be there for someone? Sometimes people need a shoulder to cry on. So if you're so busy wrapped up in chasing a bag and trying to impress the Joneses, that gold chain or those rims or that new butt or that new chest ain't going to be the thing that gets you over the hump. It's probably going to be the legacy you leave for your children in reference to life insurance, a will to say, hey, I'm going to give you this portion, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that we missed the mark on celebrating being positive because we overthink being positive. So we say, well, as long as I'm nice to my kids, that's good enough. As long as I'm nice to my boyfriend or my girlfriend, that's good enough. But really, we're not nice to ourselves. We don't take care of our bodies. We don't do anything to mentally stimulate our minds. We live in a fast environment, and every day is just another check off the block. You know what I'm saying? How many people? It's more people planning to go to the club this weekend than planning their children's future this weekend. Who want to argue about that? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Nah, I mean, like I said, you're right about that. You gotta live now. Like I said, that job not going anywhere. You can be hired, fired today. They'll bring somebody else in the next week or next few days. So you got to make sure that you don't want to keep overworking yourself and you don't really spend time with nobody. You just keep working, keep working, keep working. I mean, nothing wrong with having a hustle, nothing wrong with grinding, but you got to have that balance for your friends and family as well too. You know, because I was in that situation too, where I was just keep grinding, right, work. Always calling me in to come in. I'll be like, yeah, pick up the phone. Yeah, I'm ready to work. But it's like I'm like neglecting my, other needs that I need to do within myself. So it's all about taking care of self. Self love starts with self. There's nothing wrong
No
with going
doubt.
to get a
No
massage.
doubt.
Nothing wrong with having a good spa day for yourself. Going to get a pedicure for yourself. Nothing wrong going to the gym. Relaxing who you are. Figuring out who you are and by yourself. Not feeling ashamed or going to the movies, etc. You don't have to feel ashamed like you're looked down upon because you're not with somebody. That's the part that people fail to realize, that they're so attached to other people that they feel like they don't have a sense of identity of who they are. They don't have no kind of direction of who they are unless they're attached to somebody else. But you want to be, look, I'm Mario. Hey, this is who I am, with or without somebody. This is who I am. You know.
You,
So
you make you
you want
make a
them.
great point when you talk about self love. Self love brings a lot. It brings a lot. And let's detail some of the things that self love brings. First of all, self love brings self confidence. You know what I'm saying? That means I'm okay with me. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the tall me, the short me, the skinny me, the fat me, the dark skin me, the light skin me, I'm okay with me. Once people start accepting themselves as being okay, when you find out, okay, I'm okay, but I could be better, that's when that self-love actually says, okay, I'm maturing now. I'm evolving. Okay, I'm a little bit athletic, but I still want to be a little bit more muscular. I'm a little bit on the overweight side, the obese side, but I want to be a little bit more healthy and start eating right. So it's okay to improve on your self-love. And that's cool. Well, my thing about it is when it comes to thinking, okay, I'm thinking positive. I want to get back in the gym. I want to go to school. I want to start going to museums. I want to start going to travel the world and making new friends and jump into that new relationship. You're so overwhelmed that you want to do all these great, amazing things. You don't do nothing. How many people had a New Year's resolution and they never got around to doing anything? Because they were so overwhelmed with this long list of great, great accolades. These, oh, I'm gonna go do this and I'm gonna go do, and did nothing because you were so overwhelmed by it. Because nobody told you, listen, you can have 100 things on that list. Find one thing and take the first step. And every day take another step. If it's I'm gonna start working out. Okay, I tell you what. Hey guys, I'm gonna talk to the guys real quick. Okay, I'm gonna do one push-up. Now for guys that may be a small, frivolous task or whatever, but I'm gonna do one push-up. Tomorrow I'm gonna do two. The next day I'm gonna do three. We got to start building ourselves up. We got to start listening to people that's going to empower us and going to push us to the point where being positive is not overwhelming, but it's productive. Talk to me, JC.
Yeah, you're right about that. Let me read some of these comments. What's going on? Andrea, Angela, Cassandra, Remy. What's up, Remy? Rita. Okay, hold on. Let me read some of these comments real quick. What's going on, Miss Covington? Hold on one second. Cassandra said I had to rethink that when my grandmother had passed. Yeah. Remy said hello, everybody. Remy said this is why I don't come to my funeral. You don't love me when I'm alive. Yeah, don't be trying to be all fake at people's funeral. You wasn't there when they was alive, like he was saying earlier. Um, King said, give me my roses while I can still appreciate them. Don't do them any good when I'm gone. Yeah, you're right about that. What else? Remy said, him, I never been to a club. Susan said most people don't want to have kids too. Cassandra said, I don't club much. I go to a business gathering over the club. Okay, Remy said one push up is enough for me. Yeah.
No doubt.
Denise said, that's good, Mario. Yeah. But yeah, though, like I said, it's all about taking care of self. Taking care of self, taking care of your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit. And making sure that you're around people that's gonna, like I said, influence you positively, gonna motivate you, and can get you to the next level, you know, and not try to hinder you, not try to hold you back, etc. You know, and
No
like I said,
doubt.
you are as long as the five people you have in your corner. That's why it's always careful. You have to choose who you date, who you be friends with, who you do business with, etc. You know, because not everybody has your best interest. Not everybody are in the same direction or in the same alliance with you. So you got to make sure that you find people that have the same goal and aspiration as you do. What's going on, Crystal? Steph Simpson. What's going on, everybody? But yeah, like, what else you got to say though about the whole self love and stuff?
Well, man, I mean, you got to think about a few things, brother. One, when you start talking about self love, first of all, are you excited about yourself? You know what I'm saying? Are you happy? The thing about it is right now, how many people actually wake up in the morning, they look in the mirror when they're doing all of the hygiene stuff? For those people that wash up, right? How many people actually look in the mirror and ask themselves, man, am I happy? Am I actually living my best life right now? Am I enjoying my life? Some people are just so mundane with their life. They go on day to day, day to day. They don't smile. There's not a real sense of genuineness when they talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Do you have people around you that are energetic about life, that are positive, that when you talk to them, you get a found burst of energy and it makes you want to go and pursue those dreams. Matter of fact, let me show you something. Let me show y'all something real quick. So this right here, man, I don't know if y'all can see this right here. This is my little wall right here, right? And this represents 20 years of Army life. But I want to show y'all something else. This represents my next 20 years. This is my family. This is what it's about. So even though I got this 20 years of hard work and overseas and all this other stuff, this right here is going to be the legacy. This right here is what I'm going to promote. So my thing about it is you got to ask yourself, what are you living for? You see what I'm saying? What are you living for? Are you excited? Or are you trying to live for the Joneses? Are you trying to live to impress people? You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, it's like, I mean, JC, you kind of hit it on the head. You know what I'm saying? You're promoting people on a daily basis. You're steadily telling people, hey, look, be encouraged, support Black women, et cetera, et cetera. Now, me personally, I'm um I'm right down the middle when it comes to Black men and Black women. I think that there's an equal responsibility. I do think that, you know, us as Black men, there's some things that we need to get together and iron out. Definitely. JC is more team Black women in reference to the nourishing and the supporting. So you see that on his post a lot or whatever. But really at the end of the day, man, I just want to ask y'all, are y'all happy? Because when you're happy, you talk different, you move different. You got a sense that's an aroma. Like people like that's a fragrance people relate to and adapt to, and they want to make a part of their resume. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah, you were talking about people waking up don't have no kind of purpose. Are you happy with your life? And a lot of people just waking up, working 9 to 5. They don't have no kind of vision, no kind of dream, no kind of vision. And like what you showed me as far as your wall, as far as where you was 20 years ago, and what you're doing 20 years from now. You had that vision, you had that plan. You know, your daughters are very important. They're key to you, your life, your livelihood, and all I gotta do is give you respect for what you did for our country. I respect for that,
I
and I
appreciate
just
that, bro.
respect
Thank you.
everything you do. You know, every time I see your daughters and stuff, I just see like damn, that's a good family, good fathers. Y'all do exist. Do I'm really tough on the fathers, managerial, but at the end of the day, I have your best interest. I know y'all can be better than what y'all can capable of putting out,
Yeah,
but I do have faith in y'all, and I do know a lot of good Black men are taking care of their kids. They are being responsible. They are, you know, doing what they gotta do to make sure they protect, provide, and do with the diligence to make sure that the team, that their house, their family is number one, close by.
you know what society does that's very That's very meticulous. Society tells us what black men to support and when to support them. So check this out, y'all. Check this out. The Nipsey Hussle, right? That guy. Half of the people that's talking about Nipsey Hussle now never brought his music, didn't know who he was, didn't know what he stood for, didn't know what walk of life he came from, didn't support him or his family. And I see so many people now kind of joining this, and I don't want to say bandwagon, but this rally of support Nipsey. And my issue with that is that how many good black men and black women and people in general do you know right now that you don't support? That you don't support, you don't rally for, you don't go to support them, you don't buy their products, their services, you don't do anything to support them. But as soon as society says, well, everybody needs to be on, you know what I'm saying, follow suit. Everybody needs to say, hey, we miss Nipsey, Team Nipsey, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I was just like, wow, they going hard. And that's not a problem, but it's just like, man, why don't you go hard for the teachers that's teaching your badass kids every day? For the bus driver that has to deal with your kids throwing spitballs and cursing all the time. For the trash guy that picks up your trash. For the husband or for the wife that puts up with your lack of communication, your lack of sex drive, your lack of attention, your lack of communication skills. You don't go hard for them, but you go hard for Nipsey. But you didn't know Nipsey. You never had a conversation with Nipsey. You never brought any of Nipsey's music. Shit, if in a lineup, you couldn't pick Nipsey out in the lineup. But you don't go hard for the people that's close to you. You understand what I'm saying? You don't go hard for them. People will go out and buy a brand new outfit, get ready for the club, but won't ask their kids, how was your day in school? Are you getting bullied? Did you complete your assignments? Now, I'm not saying this to bash anybody. I'm saying this is the mentality that we have. Because people would rather listen to somebody sit on Facebook Live or whatever and say a bunch
Yeah.
of negative stuff versus saying something that actually makes sense. I don't know. That's just my thought. You know what I mean? That's just my thought. Talk to me,
Oh
JC.
no, no, you're right about that. I mean, we support people that a lot of people don't even know, but people that's close by that might be starting a business or maybe starting a career, etc. We don't want to put no kind of trust banking of them, but we'll go out there and buy a dude record or a dude album, etc. But we don't even want to, support our brothers, our own sister, our own family, our own flesh and blood. But we'll sit out there and rally for somebody we don't even know or somebody who hasn't even had any kind of thoughts of us. If something was good, if something was to happen to us, they wouldn't be rallying this for us. So why would someone do that for him or her?
I don't want people to leave this live, JC, on some, well, it's another black man who died senselessly. And why shouldn't we say anything? Why should we be quiet? Why